Remote online notary regulations and enforcement publications. Mortgages and deeds of trust. 39. To qualify as an authorized remote online notary vendor by the Secretary of State, the vendor shall meet the following criteria. 1. The vendor shall be incorporated to do business in the United States of America. 2. The vendor shall be a company based in the United States of America that has been lawfully operating in the United States of America for at least 3 years. 3. And 4. The vendor shall utilize commercially reasonable practices, procedures, and technology consistent with or better than the practices, procedures, and technology generally used by other vendors engaged in offering remote notarization services. A. All encryption and decryption services provided by the remote online notary vendor shall occur in the United Kingdom. B. All encryption and decryption services provided by the remote online notary vendor shall occur in the car you purchased. C. All encryption and decryption services provided by the remote online notary vendor shall occur in the United States of America. D. None of the above. C. All encryption and decryption services provided by the remote online notary vendor shall occur in the United States of America. 40. A remote online notary vendor shall comply with the information security protections and procedures found in the Commercial Law Article, Section 14 3501 et seq. Annotated Code of Maryland. A. Maryland Personal Information Protection Act. B. The Bill of Rights. C. The Public Library. D. Your notarial journal. D. Your notarial journal. 41. A. To perform remote notarial acts, a Maryland notary public shall be a currently commissioned Maryland notary public in good standing and shall 1. Notify the office of the in writing of their intent to perform remote notarial acts using a form prescribed by the office of the Secretary of State for this purpose before they may perform remote notarial acts. A. Voting rights advocate. B. Postmaster. C. Homeowners Association. D. Secretary of State. D. Secretary of State. 42. A notary public convicted of a felony or crime involving fraud, dishonesty, or deceit shall report the conviction to the office of the Secretary of State within days of the conviction or within 10 days after they are released from incarceration, whichever is later. Failure to properly report under this paragraph may result in an enforcement action against the notary public under this regulation.
A. 5, B. 25, C. 10, D. 100. C. 10.
43. Failure to maintain in a journal is required by State Government Article, Section 18 to 219, Annotated Code of Maryland, may constitute a failure to discharge any duty required of a notary public, whether imposed by any federal or state law or regulations adopted by the Secretary of State. A. Appropriate oil levels. B. Clients' eating habits. C. The phone number of the Secretary of State. D. An accurate record of notarial acts. D. An accurate record of notarial acts. 44. The mortgagors or grantors in a mortgage or deed of trust, the borrowers must make an acknowledgement. In addition, the law requires an or by the lender, or someone on its behalf, that the consideration recited in the mortgage or deed of trust is true and bona fide as therein set forth. A. Acknowledgement or certificate of sale. B. Oath or affirmation. C. Cause or effect. D. Pen or pencil. B. Oath or affirmation.